Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am going to make my comments on both nominees for the Board of Medicine all in one round of comments. The Board of Medicine is supposed to be a 10-member board. We have two nominees before us today, and if they are appointed, we would have 5 Republicans, 3 independents, and 2 vacant seats where Governor Reynolds has failed to, she's deferred on nominating people to those positions, essentially underfilling the Board of Medicine, which I find very problematic. As first off, there should be political balance and representation from both parties on the board, which she is not doing. Also, the board has an important role in overseeing health practices in Iowa. I have deep concerns about the lack of transparency I've seen for Iowans who have bravely come before the Board of Medicine time and time again with reports of concern about physicians in Iowa. Those concerns have gone into a black hole where the person who is brave enough to come forward and report something, concerns about public safety with people that are serving as physicians in our state, those concerns were basically swept under the rug. Even the Ombudsman report issued several years ago pointed out the lack of transparency on the Board of Medicine, and both the governor's office and the legislature as a body have failed to address those concerns about the lack of transparency. Additionally, I guess I'll say one other thing about lack of transparency. You know, Iowans need a Board of Medicine that we can count on to make sure professionals in those roles aren't perpetrators, are competent in their jobs. But not only patients deserve to know, think about who else relies on the Board of Medicine. It is insurance companies, it's Medicaid, it's Hawkeye, and if they fail to act on an unsafe provider, those insurance companies blindly believe this person is competent enough to practice medicine in Iowa. And if those issues are swept under the rug, they are allowed to continue practicing medicine, and it puts our lives at risk. And I have an extreme problem with that. Additionally, the Board of Health or Board of Medicine is also charged with following the laws in Iowa on health policy. I also have concerns that the board does not interpret too broadly in a way that would take away health care and health services from Iowans who need them: safe, legal abortion care, family planning services, period and puberty management care. All of those issues are issues that we know are of concern in the climate that we're in right now with issues before the courts, but making sure that the law is not overly or interpreted too broadly, taking away health care that Iowans should legally have access to. And for those reasons, I will be a no on both nominees for the Board of Medicine today, and I hope that the governor's office and the legislature considers making deep and significant changes to improve the Board of Medicine, and those who are currently on the Board of Medicine take a stronger look at the policies that they have in place, specifically the Sherry Moeller case, where we had a mandatory reporter who went before that board time and time again and was ignored. It is completely unacceptable. This body should look at all of those minutes, all those times that she went to try and protect Iowa patients and was ignored. Thank you.